Hello, good morning, friends. Welcome back. Hope you are all doing well and learning nicely about the poverty situation in India, trying to remove it with your own efforts, by your own knowledge, by your own skill, by your own help. We can do something positive in order to remove the poverty from India. We saw in the last class how the government was trying to remove it by bringing economic growth and also creating some anti-poverty programs, arranging some programs in order to remove. So, and we saw the economic growth was already there, and it was after 30 years of independence it started picking up. Till then it was remaining same, but after 30 years, that is from 1980 onwards, it began to pick up and the growth was fastest than all the other countries. But we saw the farmers suffered, especially the small farmers. There was no much support for them from the government, and so they suffered a little bit. So that was one of the drawbacks. Otherwise, everything was okay. Then you can take page number 39, the second paragraph. So in these circumstances, there is a clear need for targeted anti-poverty programs, and although there are so many schemes which are formulated to effect poverty directly or indirectly, and some of them are worth mentioning. So government realized the economic growth alone is not enough. There should be some targeted anti-poverty program should be there. For example, the small farmers were suffering. Therefore, arrange some program only targeting that small farmers so that they can pick up, they can bring up the development. So government was trying to do that kind of works. And one of them is called National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. So government made a program called NREGA. You must have heard about NREGA, isn't it? National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. So that means government wanted to provide some employment opportunity to rural people, especially in the villages, people who have no job opportunity. So they are not given very high office but manual work. Come and dig, or come and cut roads, or come and repair the road. So this kind of common works were asked to be done by these rural people, and so they are given wages as well. So those people who were sitting at home without any work, they were given suddenly opportunity to come and work and get money, so that those people will have some money in their hand and they will be able to come up above the poverty line. So this program was passed in September 2005, and the Act provides 100 days of assured employment to every year to every rural household in 200 districts. So according to this program of the government, 100 days of work for every household in the rural India for how many days? For 200 districts. So this program was targeted to 200 districts, and from there the people can come out and work for 100 days. Minimum 100 days of work will be given to them. So they can get 100 days of work minimum. So at least they can say that they have some money in their hands. So later the scheme will be extended to 600 districts. First they will target 200 districts, then later it will be extended to 600 districts. That is, more people will be given job opportunity. Then on the third of the proposed jobs would be reserved for women. So 1/3 of the job will be given to women as well. So it is not that anybody can come and work. So if there is 100 work, if there is 100 post jobs are there, at least one third will be given to women. That means a minimum of 33 will be for women. So other rest will be for men. So not compulsory that all the rest should be done by men. Women can do that also. But at least one third should compulsory for women. So that means women also can get opportunity to come out and work. Then the central government will also establish National Employment Guarantee Fund. So the central government will create a fund called National Employment Guarantee Fund, and from that fund the money will be given to the state government to give to these people as their wage. And the state government will establish State Employment Guarantee Fund for implementation of the scheme. So, under the program, if an applicant is not provided employment within 15 days, he or she will be entitled to a daily unemployment allowance. So, the central government will create a fund, the state government also will create a fund, then both state government and central government together will pay to the workers. They will get the payment. So it is guaranteed by the government that they will be given 100 days of job. Suppose a man is applying for a job, I want to work for National Rural Employment Guarantees Act, and he registers his name. But if the government is not able to pay, not able to give him job, there is no work to be done, then it is government's mistake. So he will be getting the payment. Whether he is not doing work also, he will get the payment. Because it is a mistake of the government. That government is not able to give job to them. So it is not the person's mistake. He is willing to work, but government is not able to provide job for them. Government is not able to tell him what work he has to do. So in that case, he has to get the money whether he is doing work or not. So it is the government's duty to find out work. What is the developmental work, or what is the construction work, maybe road or maybe some other work, whatever work maybe, he has to do it and he will get the payment. If the government is saying there is no job, you need to come, but still government has to pay salary for them or wage for them, because it is assured by the government that they will get work for how many days? 100 days in a year. Then another important scheme was National Food for Work program. So another program was National Food for Work program. National Food for Work program. That means people who are hungry, people who have no food to eat, they can come for this work and they will be given food. They will be given rice, dal and other things. Instead of giving them money, they will be given food items. National Food for Work program. And that was in 2004. And this one was where, in which year? This one was in 2005. So this program was introduced early. So it was launched in 2004 in 150 most backward districts of the country. So 150 districts were chosen, which are very backward in our country, in order to implement this program. Then this program is open to all rural poor who are in need of wage employment and desire to do manual unskilled work. So all those who are willing to do manual work which is unskilled, don't need any special training or anything, just cutting, digging, all those things, making the drain, cleaning the public places, all these are works, anybody can do it. So if anybody who is willing to do that, then they can come and work and government will pay the salary. Then it is implemented as a 100% centrally sponsored scheme, and food grains are provided free of cost to the states. So earlier this one was sponsored by both central government and state government, but this one is completely sponsored by central government, and the food grains that is needed for distribution to the poor, it was given to the state government. Central government will distribute to the state government according to the number of people working, and the state government will distribute to the poor people. Then once the NREGA is in force, the NFWP will be subsumed within this program. So first this program was started, afterwards this NREGA came, then government stopped this one, and this one was submerged with this one. So it was put inside this. So this one became more important, and slowly this one was stopped. So this National Food for Work program was just for 1 year. After 1 year, the new program came, then this one was merged with this one. It was joined with this one. Then another program was Prime Minister Roger Yojana. Another program was Prime Minister Roger Yojana. That was in 1993. It was started again earlier. It was in 1993. The aim of the program is to create self-employment opportunities for educated unemployed youth in rural areas and small towns. So what is the purpose that government started this program? It was to provide self-employment opportunities to the educated unemployed people. So some people are educated highly, but they are not getting employment. So for those people to find employment opportunities in their own places, in their own villages. So government started this program to provide employment for those educated people in their own rural areas or in the towns where they are staying. Then they are helped in setting up small business and industries. So these people are educated, they are skilled, trained. Therefore, government will provide some opportunity, some financial help and so on in order to set up small businesses and industries. Then Rural Employment Generation Program. Another program was launched in 1995, that is called Rural Employment Generation Program. Rural Employment Generation Program. That was in 1995. So what was this program's purpose? The aim of this program is to create self-employment opportunities in rural areas and small towns. So this also was to provide job opportunity in small towns and village areas. And a target for creating 25 lakh new jobs has been set for the program under the 10th 5-year plan. So according to this program, their target was to create how many lakhs? 25 lakh jobs. New jobs will be created. That means 25 lakh people will get job opportunity, new job, according to this program. Then it was part of which 5-year plan? 10th 5-year plan. And then Swarna Jayanti Gram Sarojgar Yojana, that was another program that was launched in 1991. What is the next new program? Swarna Jayanti Gram Sarojgar Yojana, that is SGSY. SGSY. So that was the new program that was started by the government, and that was started early. In fact, it was in 99. So that is another program that was started. What was the purpose of this program? The program aims at bringing the assisted poor families above the poverty line by organizing them into self-help groups through a mix of bank credit and government subsidy. So this, according to this program, the poor people will be selected and they will be asked to form a group, self-help group, and they will be given some money, some loan from the bank and also some money from the government, and with that money using, they can start some business on their own. Self-help group. Maybe they can produce something and sell it in the market, or maybe they can cultivate some vegetables and sell it in the market, or they can make some eatable things and sell it in the market. So up to them. So some money is given to them and then they can do business with that money, then get some profit and become economically viable, economically and grow up, become self-sufficient and so on. Then another program that government started was under the Pradhan Mantri Gramodaya Yojana. Another program that government started was PMGY. Pradhan Mantri Gramodaya Yojana. And under this program, it was launched in 2000. Additional central assistance is given to the states for basic services such as primary health, primary education, rural shelter, rural drinking water and rural electrification. So under this program, the central government will give some money to the state government so that they can identify the poor areas in their state where there is no proper hospital, no proper school, no proper drinking water. So they can start a hospital or a school, provide good health, good clean running water for the people to drink and so on. So under this program, that was the target of the government in order to establish the health facilities, education facilities and so on, and also rural electrification to provide electricity even to the villages. Then another important scheme is Antyodaya Anna Yojana. Antyodaya Anna Yojana, AAY. Antyodaya Anna Yojana. That was in which year? That was about which you will be reading more in the next chapter. So that is the program. We do not know in which year it was started. So but we'll be studying about it in the next chapter in detail. So that was another program that government started in order to eradicate the poverty. So the results of this program. So all these programs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these 7 programs that government particularly arranged. These are all anti-poverty program in order to remove, in order to fight against the poverty. Government started these programs and especially targeting the poor people so that they can benefit from this program and they can get money and they can become rich. They can come above the poverty line. That was the purpose and program of the government. So the results of these programs have been mixed. So the results have been mixed. That means some places it is successful, some places not very successful. One of the major reasons for less effectiveness is the lack of proper implementation and right targeting. So the lack of implementation. The government will make the program, arrange the program, but it is the officers in the district level or in the rural level, they have to see that this program is implemented properly. But they may be absent, they may not be coming to the office, they may not be seeing the work, they will be sitting at home or roaming around. So such kind of lapses were there. The lack of implementation, the lack of proper implementation by the officers, that was the main reason. Then, moreover, there has been a lot of overlapping of schemes. So government started programs one after another. You can see here 93, 95, 99, 2004, 2005, 2000. So programs have been implementing one after another. The government was starting programs because they wanted to achieve that poverty alleviation very fast. Therefore, they were starting programs one after another. So the proper implementation was not there. Then before one program is over, another program is already started. Therefore, that overlapping was there. One was going on top of the other. So that was also creating problems. Then, despite good intentions, the benefits of these schemes are not fully reached to the deserving poor. Therefore, the major emphasis in recent years is on proper monitoring of all the poverty alleviation programs. So another problem is that all these programs government introduced for the poor people, but there is middlemen. So it will not reach the poor people. There is government offices are there, or other people are there. They all will take some for themselves and they put in their pocket. Or the money that is to be given to the poor, it is not given to them. Maybe only half is given. Some percentage the officer will take it away. So in that way, the program was not fully implemented, and those targeted poor people did not get the exact benefit, the full benefit of it. That was the another problem. So we see the government is taking a lot of initiatives in order to eradicate the poverty and remove the poverty, but there are people in between who are not much interested, who are worried about their own pocket. They try to escape from their duty, from their responsibility, and they do a lot of corruption there. Because of that, the alleviation of the poverty is delayed. Now let's see, government has done so much, then what more to be done? What are the challenges that are laying ahead? Let us see that, the challenges ahead. The challenges that are ahead. So poverty has been claimed decline in India. So we can say because of this initiative taken by the government, the poverty has become less and less. But despite the progress, poverty reduction remains India's most compelling challenge. So though the poverty has come down a little bit, it has not been removed completely. Therefore, the target of the government, the prime object of the government is to remove it completely from our country. While disparities in poverty are visible between rural and urban areas and among different states. So if you go to a rural area and an urban area, we can see there is a lot of difference. Poor people in the rural area, they are struggling to live, and the rich people in the urban, in the city areas, they are all kinds of comforts are there. So there's a lot of disparities are there, a lot of inequalities are there, and also different states. If you go to some states, you see almost all the people have got very good houses and they have all the facilities, vehicles, car and so on. But if you go to some other states, they don't have even proper house, they are making with a tin or grass or the leaves, and they are making kacha houses. So there is a lot of inequality, disparities are there. And poverty reduction is expected to make better progress in the next 10 to 15 years. So the government is targeting that at least next 10 to 15 years time, we have to reduce the poverty to a great extent and bring everybody above the poverty line. That is a plan of the government. This would be possible mainly due to higher economic growth. So if you want to make it possible, then what you have to do? You have to make sure that there is higher economic growth. Then increasing stress on universal free elementary education, declining population growth, increasing empowerment of the women and the economically weaker sections of the society. So in order to achieve this removal of poverty, what the country or the government has to do? They have to take certain steps. What are they? They have to make the economic growth higher. The present rate of economic growth is not enough. It has to be higher. Increasing stress on universal free elementary education. So now in our country, people who are up to 14 years is compulsory education. Free elementary education, it is compulsory. Nobody is allowed to keep their child back at home. So free education is provided by the government. Therefore, nobody can say I have no money, therefore I will not send my child to school. That is punishable offense. So everybody has to send. So then the child will learn and will get good skill and good knowledge, and he will be able to stand on their own. He will be able to start a new industry. He will be able to get a new job and so on. Then declining population growth. So population also is very high. So we have to make the people aware. We have to educate the people about the need to reduce the population. The number of people should be less. Otherwise, more people are growing up, we are not able to provide job opportunity for them, then that will create poverty again. So we have to control the population. Then increasing empowerment of the women. Then in our country, women are not empowered much. Most of them are just remaining at home. They are not given much interest for studies. They are not given much opportunity to expose themselves to new areas of development, new areas of invention, to find out new methods of industry or business and so on. So they should be given all this opportunity so that they can come up well in the society. Then the economical weaker society. There are some poor people are still there, very weak. Those who don't have any land, those who don't have any proper house, those who are staying in the slums on the roadside and so on. So those people should be targeted and they should be given some opportunity to get employment, to get the good source of income so that they also can improve their life. Then the official definition of poverty, however, captures only a limited part of what poverty really means to the people. It is about minimum subsistence level of living rather than a reasonable level of living. So we saw the World Bank declaring what is poverty. People who are not able to earn $1 per day, they are living below poverty line. $1 means just 70 rupees or 75 rupees. And in a day, what can you do with the 70 rupees? If you want to eat 2 meals, you have to spend more money. So to buy rice, to buy dal, to buy cooking fuel, so many things, expense is there. So the World Bank's definition is just for survival. He will not die, he can just survive with that 75 rupees per day. But to live a decent life, he need to buy dress, he need to have good drinking water, he need to have the shoes, all those things are required. But this 75 rupees per day, he will not be able to manage all this. He will be just eating a little small meal and just survive. So that is not enough to avoid poverty or to overcome poverty. Government should be able to provide better opportunity for them or better income for them to survive. Then a large number of people may have been able to feed themselves, but do they have education or shelter or healthcare or job security or self-confidence? So most of the people may be finding out some job and doing some job and they will be getting their wages. So is it that enough? Can we say people are no more poor? So we have to see other aspects as well. Not enough to have some money by hard working, but we also need to provide other things, other areas we have to see, like areas of education, the areas of shelter. We need to see, are they living in a good house or are they living in a slum, in a dirty place? How is the sanitation? All those things we have to see. Or how is their health? Is there enough hospital for the people to take treatment? Are there enough doctors and nurses? Or are there job security? The job that they are doing, is it secure? But after 1 week they will say there is no more job, we all have to go back or we have to search for new job. Then there is no job security for them. So all these things government has to make sure that it is there, it is provided, people are trained in a proper way to get proper job, to get a proper education, to get proper good health care, to get proper confidence, self-confidence. All these are important. So government has to make sure that is all the challenge that is laying ahead. Government has to work much more. Then are they free from caste and gender discrimination? That's a huge drawback of India, that we have caste system, that where a high caste person cannot work with the low caste person or the low caste person cannot come near to high caste person. So that caste system and so should be abandoned from India, should be demolished, such a systems. Then only people will be able to work together and work together for the development and for the betterment of one another. So government has to take some initiative in order to remove all these. Then the gender discrimination. the male is considered as very high and the female is considered as not very high. So that discrimination should be removed, and both male and female, they should be able to work in the same level. Both should be given equal opportunity to work. Then child labor should be abandoned. Quite many places still the children are made to work. They are not made to go to school, but they are made to work from morning till evening like a slave. They have no salary, they have no wage, nothing. They are made to work from morning till evening. That is all. Government has to take steps to remove it. Then worldwide experience shows that with development, the definition of what constitutes poverty also changes. So, the definition of poverty should change from time to time. We have to make better definitions so that the people should be able to live a good life. Then only we can really say that person is above poverty line. Just somehow managing to live, we cannot call that person is rich. Then eradication of poverty is always a moving target. Hopefully we will be able to provide the minimum necessary in terms of only income to all people by the end of the next decade. So this target of poverty eradication is not the same target, it is a moving target. If you are able to achieve some target, then after achieving that target we have to put again higher target. Then again higher target. So it should be a moving target, not a stagnant one. You cannot say I reached the target, now nothing more to do. No, we must set higher and higher standard and target. Then only we can really move ahead and the people can experience that effects of development. Then hopefully we will be able to provide the minimum necessary in terms of only income to all the people by the end of next decade. So we hope that after 10 years that people will have a better life, a better facility, better system and so on. But the target will move on for many of the bigger challenges that still remain, providing healthcare, education and job security for all, and achieving gender equality and dignity for the poor. These will be even bigger tasks. So the task that is remaining in front of the government is a bigger one. What are they? They have to provide health care for all the country. So in many places in our country there are no hospitals, especially in the rural area, the villages, there is no hospitals. So government has to provide hospital for them. Then they have to provide education. Just building a school building here and there is not enough. Have to make sure that teachers are appointed there and teachers are taking classes regularly and the children are attending class regularly. All this government has to make sure. Then only the development will reach them. Just making a building there and appointing some teachers not enough. Those teachers will be sitting at home and taking the salary and they will be doing nothing for the children, and the purpose of government is defeated. So government has to implement properly the hospitals care, the education, and should make sure that job security is given to all. All the people should be made sure that they will be given job opportunity, not for a certain season but throughout the year. That way their life will be secured. So all these are opportunity for the people, and government has to guide and lead the people. Then the people will be able to benefit from it. And as I said before, the gender equality, that is very difficult in our society because men are considered as very high. So in order to tell women, you also come up, you are also equal to men, then that is very difficult to change the mindset of the people. So it will take time. Government will have to do a lot of courses on that, education on that. Then slowly the women will be able to come up in life, and we can say we'll be able to achieve the alleviation of the poverty. We'll be able to remove the poverty from our country. Everybody will be self-sufficient. They'll have the self-confidence, and they'll be able to work hard and bring the development into the country, and every citizen of the country will be able to benefit from that development. So let us hope and work for that, so that our country will be able to remove the poverty completely. Every person will be able to live a normal life, a good life, comfortable life, and will be able to have a good meal, so that they'll have good health, they'll have good education, and they will be growing up as people with a good reasoning power. They will be growing up as persons who are well motivated, not only just concerned about themselves but also about their own fellow human citizens, So let's hope for that and let's work for that. So I wish you all the best. Hope that you all will become instruments in bringing economic growth to our country, removing poverty from our country, and I wish to see you all working in different fields to work for the development of the country. So I wish you all the best and have a nice time and a very best in the future. Thank you.